here. Let's go back.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hey, yes, I am here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha, and yes, your eyes do not deceive you. It is 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday? Like, what? Yeah, so we're here. Yeah, so as of officially about 12:30 this afternoon, I am a full-time scale modeler. So there's that. So you can expect a lot more streaming out of me, and we're gonna fast track the videos and we're gonna see what this thing has in it, right? So yeah, there we go. I'm doing this full time, whether I like it or not. Let's get down to it. We're rocking the classic So fresh, so clean. So if you guys want to help out represent Child of Mecha, hit childofmecha.com. Store button up at the top. You know the deal. Shirts, hats, all sorts of cool stuff. From what I hear, they make wonderful layoff presents. So there's that. If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we are going to be working with here today, hit the Amazon link below here, please. On YouTube and on Twitch, that side if you're watching on Facebook. Twitter, just hit one of the other ones. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway. Anywho, if you are in need of model kits or paints, or Mecha Decals, yeah, go hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the folks down there will definitely have what you need. To answer all of the questions that you all are posting right now, the answer is yes. So, with that being said, like I said, there's not much we can do at this point, right? Not much I can do, other than stream and try to get this fucker on its heels, right? So, we're going to build. I am going to stream. I'm going to teach, and you are going to learn. It's about what it comes down to, right? So, with that being said, let's get caught up, shall we? Hell yeah. Camera 2. Anywho, this is kind of what we got done last night. Excuse me. And we kind of got the hand placed and everything right there, right? So yeah. Whoop. And the head's a little wobbly right now, but we can fix that. That's not a big deal. But the head is attached. It's looking pretty good, right? Now, the big question mark last night that was left unanswered was what are we going to do with the legs, right? We couldn't figure out really what to do with the legs. So, after the stream, talking to Pabs and being under the Pabfluence, as we have coined it, we have decided to take the upper thigh and cut it down by a lot. Like a lot, right? Let's see. Let's get you super zoomed in. Let's get in on this thing, right? Let's see. Hey, look at that. Timmy Wynn, Mr. Roomblade 265. He's over there on Twitch. He says, hello, hello. What's going on, Tim? And hey, look at this. Kira Yet. Old school. Hell yeah. Is over there on Facebook. He says, I miss you very much. Dude, Kira. I miss you, buddy. Hell yeah. Look at that. That's awesome. So, yeah, there we go. Manny, Mr. Mech Dio says, but for how long? Until further notice. I don't expect it to be anytime soon. Let's put it that way. Right? So, anyway. Hell yeah. Yeah, get the sweet tea, right? I could use some sweet tea right now. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Anywho, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be cutting down this leg here. And we took a good sized chunk out of it. We're probably about 7 millimeters out of this thing, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a big old chunk out of this leg. But first, let's get super zoomed in. Boom. Whoa, a little too far. Back it out a bit. There we go. There we go. All right. So that kind of gives you an indication of what we're going to be doing here a little bit. So let's get so you can really see how much we took out of this thing last night. Now, obviously, this was after the stream had ended, and yeah, we took a sizable sizable chunk out of there, right? So we're going to be doing that same thing here today. I'm going to show you how to do that, glue it back, align it, clean it, all that good stuff, right? So yeah. So Juno, he's over there. He's in Italy, guys, and he's on basically like lockdown, right? He says, I'd love to buy some stuff, but I fear it won't ship to Europe these days. Yeah, I totally respect that, Juno. Totally respect that. Brian, Mr. Bro Builder, he says, spent all morning and early afternoon talking with good friends about important shit. Time to make something. You goddamn right. It's definitely time to make something, right? So, Josh, he is over there on Facebook, and he's just waving emojis. What's going on, man? Good to see you. All right, so let's get into this, shall we? So, first things first, get your eyes on, right? And now, second thing is we have to kind of mark where we need to cut this, right? So, using this, using the first one as a guide, the prototype here, we're going to line these up. Actually, we're going to make this into a little L shape here, so that way everything's sitting flat and nice, right? And square, we're going to hold those as perfectly as we can, just like that. And we are going to mark right there for our top cut, right? And then what we'll do is we'll spin this sumbitch around, and right about there is going to be our bottom cut, right? Does that make sense? I think so. All right, so we put that off to the side, and let's see where. Here it is. Okay, and let's see. So this is just a handy little scribing jig that I had made one time. I forget for what, but it's got some nice size to it, right? So we're going to use this to transfer our marks all around this thing, so we know kind of where to cut, right? So let's see, just like that. Right there. And then, shoot, where's our bottom? Is that it right there? That looks like it. Okay. And we'll transfer this over to there. And then likewise, we will transfer this around to this side, so we have both marks on the same side, right? So there we go. That's how much we're taking out of this thing. That's how much. Chris Pabs says, I think Patreon might be a good choice. I'm already 3 steps ahead of you, Pabs. Don't worry about it. But that comes at a later date. That comes at a later date. Not right now. All right. So this is what we're going to be cutting out, right? So roughly that amount, which is pretty much exact, right? Looking pretty good. This is not hard, guys. This is not hard at all. And I'm going to show you how easy this is going to be, right? So let's first get out of Super Zoom, because you're going to need the full wide angle view here, because we're going to be, ooh, wait a minute. Get rid of the box. There we go. Now, what we're going to be incorporating is something that I don't think that I've ever really shown on the stream before. And it's just, you know, one of these little plastic, one of these miter boxes, right? And these are pretty common. You can get these in a lot of different forms. This one is plastic. I've got one here that is aluminum and extruded and everything. So, yeah. Either or works pretty good. I happen to like the plastic one a little bit better. So we're going to be using that. And we're just going to be popping that. And let's get full wide. There you go. So you can see it kind of down here. And this just attaches to the very edge of your work table, right? Because it's got this nice lip, and that stabilizes it as you're cutting, right? So what I like to do is put this off to the side a little bit so I can kind of get some leverage. We're gonna pop this little guy in here. Now, another tool that I don't think that I've shown ever on the stream because I hardly ever use it is one of these. One of these saws, right? So this is I don't really know what modeling saw, something like that, but I've got this one and I've got this one here, which obviously, you know, a little smaller. I like this one. It cuts, I think, a little bit better than the plastic handled one. So this is what we're going to be using. So there you go. All right, so we're going to line this up with the mark here on the miter box, and we're going to just put the saw in here, and we're just going to go to town. Hold it securely and just start cutting. Now, cutting a perfectly good piece like this is probably counterintuitive to what you would probably want to do. Just cutting into it like this. But to do what we need to do, this is exactly what's on the menu, basically. So there we go. As you can see, that saw made short work of it, and now we have two pieces completely cut, looking good, and that's not too bad. We might have to make a little bit of an allowance on this cut because this one is a little shorter. Yeah, just maybe about a 0.5 millimeter shorter than what the prototype piece was, right? So we're going to have to make a little bit of an allowance. We're going to leave a little meat on the bone, so to speak, when we go to cut this one, right? So, with that being said, we're going to leave, probably going to leave a good millimeter on that. And we're just going to go to town. Oh yeah, you love that sound, don't you? Come on. And if your finger's not like crushed and hurting by the end of this, then you're just not doing it right. All right, we're almost through this thing. There we go. All right. So, there's our piece. There's our chunk that we cut out. We're going to set the miter box off to the side and zoom you back in so you can see a little bit better. Now, let's see how this matches up here, shall we? Okay, so obviously that is off kilter there. But as an overall, I think we're in pretty good shape. We need to sand this side down a little bit so it's flat and even. But in terms of overall length, comparatively, I think we're in pretty damn good shape. Yeah. Just some fine-tuning on this piece here. And, yeah, because obviously this side is much higher than this side, right? And that's just because of the miter box. Not a big deal. So we can fix that with our bastard file here. So what we'll do is we'll pull this sumbitch out, and we'll get to work here. Just flattening this thing out and evening everything, right? So, with all of this change in scheduling and everything, you guys might be happy to know that we will be moving Mechanism temporarily to a weekly basis. So, instead of the normal stream tomorrow night, we're going to have Mechanism. And we're going to have a Mechanism every Friday, right? So, that helps people, you know, interact and everything like that, continue to be socialized. And that's just kind of the goal for this thing. It's just to have fun and, you know what, try to put smile on people's faces and provide some entertainment through all of this BS, right? So, Mechanism will be weekly, right? And I think what I'm going to be doing is pretty much streaming almost full time. So what you can expect is my normal Monday and Wednesday night streams. Obviously Mechanism on Friday nights. But then Tuesdays and Thursdays, probably streaming during the day, much like this. And honestly, probably streaming even more than that. So, yeah, so get ready. And it's going to be interesting from here on out. That's not to be understated at this point. So, look at this. Gary, he's over there. Mr. Y-Rag Gumpla, he's over there on the Mecha Army Facebook group. He says, always crash the fingers. Always crash the finger. What? I don't get it. Anyway. But Gary's a good dude. If you don't follow Gary, Y-Rag Gumpla on the good old Instagrams, go follow him. He's a good kid. Alright. So, we are trying to even this guy out here. And it looks like we're having some pretty good success with that so far. Still a little high on this side, right? Still a little high. So that looks pretty good. And there's that. Now, okay, so what I'm seeing now is this top piece is a little angled because it's thinner on this side than it is on this side. So, to compensate, we are going to try and even this out, but I don't want to get into, there's like a circular detail right here, and I don't want to get into that and file that down too much. So what we may have to do is compensate on the lower part of the leg here if it gets too close, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, so there's that. Let's check the work. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to take a little bit off of here to compensate, right? So start angling that down. And we just file. Alright, let's see. Let's see what that looks like. Get that chunk out of here. Ah, yeah. Much, much straighter with that compensation. Very good. Alright, so that's what we want, right? That's what we're looking for. Now, but look at that. That's still a little on the long side. Still, just a bit. So what we might want to do. What do we want to do? I don't know if I want to take the Durham to this or not, because with all these little parts in here and everything, that might screw things up, right? What we're going to end up doing is gluing all of these parts together, right? We're just going to glue everything together, because you know, these little parts and everything now are kind of fused together because of the cutting and the filing and everything. But, you know, you can't be too safe in terms of structural rigidity. That's what we did here on this one. I just went in, super glued everything together, filled in all the voids and all that. I messed up with the legs because this lower part here, this little green part, should actually be on the outside. But I glued it to the upper part here backwards, so now it's on the inside. Not a big deal. What I'll do is probably plate over this, fill that in, and then just rescribe, you know, the Psycho frame back into it, and just kind of make it work, right? The thing is that these are going to be under the skirt for the most part, so you're probably never even going to see what's needed anyways. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Now, so one thing that I just realized that we did last night is we cut the hip joint. We cut the ball joints off of that. So we're going to have to come up with a mounting solution here, right? So, but that's essentially what the legs are going to look like up in there, right? So, not bad. Now, what do we have over here that we can use? Now, it's not a big deal that we cut that, right? Because I think these right here, I think these Kodo ball joints will actually fit into here. Nope, it won't. Oh well. We'll find a ball joint that fits. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Mikkel's over here on YouTube. He says, streaming while you should be working. Technically, dude, I'm officially working right now. Yeah. So, fuck off. Anyway. Chris Pab says, oof, you should probably scroll up, buddy. Yeah. How about that? How about that? We live in a brand new world that we didn't live in yesterday, kids. And tomorrow we're going to live in a brand new one. Hell yeah. Julio says, I'm already sick of it. True. Me too. Me too. Rock and roll. All right, so we'll jump that hurdle when we come to it. It's not a big deal right now to find ball joints to mount this thing. It's inconsequential at this point, right? Because we need to get these legs figured out first, right? We can't put these on ball joints if we don't have legs, right? So, Julio Huh. Yeah. Julio, this really is some shit. Yeah. Yeah. Julio, yeah, I saw. Sorry, brother. I know exactly how you feel. Trust me. Trust me. Julio says, "Can we get a charity stream for me?" Man. No. Manny, no, I don't need or want a charity stream. That's not, no. It's not how we do things. It ain't like that. So, what we are doing is we're pushing forward with this endeavor, right? Julio says, "I need and want a charity stream." Well, maybe for you, Julio. Maybe we do something, all right? But not for me. Not for me. Yeah, we're going to push forward. And we are going to ramp this whole thing up. And see what happens. Maybe, fingers crossed, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I don't know. Julio says half my art department got cut. Yeah. I was my company's entire art department. But then my entire company got... Yeah. So, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things, right? What are you going to do? You know? What are you going to do? You can either... Weird. My screen went black. You can either roll over and die or you can fight. I'm going to fight. So. That's how we do. That's how we do. All right. Enough talking about depressing shit. Catch this bear on OnlyFans. Jesus fucking Christ, Julio. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Oh, man. All right. So, just real quick, got to clean the file here. Because the file got gunked up with plastic. And so we're just kind of cleaning it out. All right. So, there's one side of the file that is unclean, right? That is all sorts of gunked up, right? That is a little cleaner. Not completely, not perfectly, but better than that, right? Before, after. Before, after. You can see the difference, right? This is going to have a little bit more cutting ability than the other side that's gunked up. All right, so there we go. Now, let's see. Eric Dayton is over there on YouTube, and he's got a great comment question. He says, "Hey Tim, have you talked to Gundam UK Simon lately? When is he coming back to Gunpla Talk?" Soon. He's doing really good, actually. We talk to him. We have a kind of a group chat. For Gunpla Talk and everything, and we talk kind of on the daily. And no, he's doing actually really, really good. He just recently had his surgery to put in the titanium plate for his skull. And he's kind of recovering from that. It's not a massive recovery, but, swelling and all that from surgery. Obviously. But he's, from what he writes, he's doing really, really good, and that's one of the positives in this whole climate, right? So no, he's doing really well. We don't want to necessarily put a time frame on him, to come back to Gunpla Talk. for obvious reasons, but no, he's actually doing really, really well. He's been posting, he's been building, more importantly, getting motor skills back and everything like that. So yeah, he's actually doing really, really good. So yeah, he's actually doing really good. Scuffle, he's over there on Twitch. He says, "Oh my God, I've been away too long. Something happened to Simon?" Yeah, dude, last year, he had some problems. He kind of had a viral infection that led to a stroke, and he had to have pretty nasty surgery and stuff like that. But he pulled through. He's good. He's on the mend, and like I said, man, he's in good shape right now. He's got his titanium plate, so now he's officially a cyborg. Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. So Julio, Mr. Clip and Nubs over there on YouTube, he says, "I really want to strip." Jesus, let's not. Brian, Mr. Bro Builder, said, "I had 2 job sites scheduled for next week until earlier today. Now I have 1. Yeah. But Scuffle says, "Timmy, you're 7.5 hours too early." Yeah, that's because I'm a full-time scale modeler now, buddy. So, yeah, there we go. Julio says, "Just in case you need..." Slap a bitch. Wow. Julio, let's talk behind the scenes, and we can get you going on YouTube and stuff like that, kind of like what we do, right? And who knows what you can do, right? Just gotta get in it, right? Get in it. Anyway, all right, back to the grind. All right. This part sucks. Julio says, "A spoonful of anger makes the medicine go down." Yes. Yes, I know my Mary Poppins. My favorite part was the penguins. Shut your face. And if you don't agree, you're just wrong. All right. Let's check this. With this. We're getting close. We're about a 0.5 millimeter off there. I know that doesn't sound like a lot when it comes to, limb length and all that, but trust me, it can really cause issues. So we're gonna sally forth. Meeta Poppins. Nice. Simon's more machine now than man. Yeah. He's a straight up Terminator now. Okay, so there's that, and let's see. Man, we're super close. One thing I see here is that we kind of lost the slope on this one. We need to reintegrate that back in. Let's check what this side looks like. Make sure that's nice and straight. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. So we're straight this way. We just need to angle down more this way, right? Robert Cotrill. Robert, I don't know if I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry, buddy. He's over there in the Mech Army Facebook group. He says, "At work and seeing that you have popped up, I was surprised." Yeah, dude. Cause like I said, I am now a full-time scale modeler. Hey, so we get to do this full-time now. So yeah. So expect a lot more streaming, fast track on the videos, because this is my job now. This is what we do. Alright, so how's that look now? There we go. Now we're straight again. The one good thing about these terrible high grades is that the mold lines are actually a good thing in this case, because it allows us to check for straightness, and that's dead on. That's dead on straight. So that's what we want. And that, my friends, is exactly where we need to be. Now, obviously, there's a big difference between the size of this little void where you can see the triangle there and this void here. Mainly because there's a lot less plastic up here than on this one, and a lot less on this one than on that one, right? So, now that we've got this cut, now that we've got it aligned, now that we've got everything evened out, we're completely good, right? Jeremy Chasson is over there on the Mech Army Facebook group as well, and he's got like worried faces. Dude, don't worry. We got this. We got this. Don't you worry. Fernando Oscar Garriacoa? God, Fernando, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, buddy. But he says, hey, bro, saludos. What's going on, dude? Thank you for watching. Thank you all over there in the Mech Army Facebook group. Appreciate it. Pab says, Julio, you apply for unemployment yet? Get on it. Yeah. No, I did. I got mine in. I'm ready. I'm ready for the coming apocalypse. I got my samurai sword from Z. Come on, zombies, let's do it. I dare you. The Rona zombies. Episode of The Walking Dead here, you guys. Anyway, all right. So we've got this. Let's get zoomed in a little bit, shall we? Get super zoom going. Boom, and let's bring the windows back here. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get zoomed out just a little bit, right about there. All right, good. So what we've got here is we've got a bunch of different parts. Now these parts are not completely like fused together at this point. These are just kind of being held together by just the kind of plastic that's expanded through the heat when you cut through it and when you file it and everything. So we need to make sure that all these parts are nicely secured into this piece. So to do that, BSI. We're gonna get our super glue out here, right? And we're just gonna kind of go to town and just get this piece kind of flooded with super glue in here, right? Now, that's obviously a lot more than what we need, but that's not a problem because this will fill any gaps and stuff like that, and the amount of super glue will give us a little bit of alignment time for our part, because like you've seen before, it'll float, and then it'll grab. Right now it's still floating. And we can align this pretty easily. And we take a look at it on all four sides. And there we go. Now we are aligned, and we'll pop a couple drops of good old Instaset in here. And that will start the curing process nice and quick. All right? So there we go. Pretty good. All right. So we're going to put these off to the side here. Let's compare real quick and see what it looks like here. All right. So that's pretty damn close. It's not bad. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right. Let's see. Scoffle says over there on Twitch, he says, but you got super glue on the green Psycho frame side. No? Yes. No, we did. Because we're going to be filling all that in. Because right now, the green Psycho frame, I'm not too worried about preserving the what it looks like right now. We're going to fill that in, especially on the upper legs here. We're going to fill all that in, and we're going to rescribe some of the features and stuff like that, and just kind of chisel out some recessed areas at a later date. Main thing is that most of this leg is going to be under the front skirts, right? So you're not going to be able to see too much anyways. So it's not really a huge concern at that point. So that's kind of where we're going. Now with this one, yeah, I mean, you can see, like, I filled in, I filled this little triangle here, completely filled that in. There's a little divot here, I filled that in. This part here is going to get filled in because my dumbass glued it on backwards. So yeah, this is all going to be completely solid and filled in and everything. And like I said, we're going to rescribe some of the details back into this, and then we'll just paint all of that and make it look pretty nice. So let's see. CML, he's over there on YouTube. He says, guess I need to get my third monitor set up so I can watch more streams. Hell yeah, son. That's what we need to do. That's what y'all need to do. Yeah. And you know, you don't even have to watch the stream. Just turn the volume down low, not to 0, but low, and just leave it on, right? Just leave it on. Just let it roll, because that actually helps me out. Just saying. Just let it roll, and then you can come back and watch it whenever you want, right? Just let it roll. Anyway, so let's wipe this off, because this should be pretty good and secure at this point. So we're just going to wipe off the excess Instaset here. Now, yeah, that is solid. So now what we need to do is we need to fill in kind of these voids here, right? We need to fill those in completely, because those are not going to work for us anymore. Okay, so to do that, we're going to start with this back one here, because this is kind of the smallest one, and this one we're just gonna pop a drop of super glue in there. Hit that with a bit of Instaset. We're gonna let that kind of sit and marinate, right? Come from Ronan, Mr. Z, he says, Tim is my background music. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Chris Pab says, that's what I'm doing. Tim ASMR. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's the one thing I'm not going to do. No. All right, so we're going to set that off to the side. Now, the next thing we want to tackle is obviously getting the second big old hand mounted in the other arm, right? So to do that, and look at this, here are chunks that we cut out of that, the the legs here. So those are trash. So here is our forearm piece, and let's get zoomed out. Just there we go. So to mount this the new poly cap in here that we need to mount the new hands, And this is the new poly cap that we're using. This is the old one that we are scrapping at this point, because that went in here like this, and then the high grade hand popped in there. Right now, let's see something here. Yeah, no, that's not going to fit. Oh well. Bro Butter says, yeah, I'm listening and half-heartedly paying attention to chat. These boosters aren't going to make themselves. Damn right. Mikkel says, Tim is really putting some work on this SD. Yeah, man. Because what else do I have to do at this point? Right? Alright, so to make these fit, we've got to clip the nubs off there. Julio. And what we're gonna do is we got to trim this down because it's a little too wide for the where we're putting it, right? A little too big. So that looks pretty good. Probably a little bit more than what I wanted to take off, but pop this guy in here. So far, so good. Now, we need to do a little bit of surgery in here, because if you tuned in last night, we had to do the same thing to the other arm. There's this little bar that goes across right here, and you can kind of see it right there on the screen, but that inhibits the polycap from going all the way in, right? It doesn't inhibit the old one, but it inhibits the new one. So we just need to make some cuts and then trim this out, right? Mikkel says, come to my house, Tim, sleep over. No, that's just weird. And Mikkel, honestly, only if you pay me. Because like a great man once said, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Alright. So we're just trimming that little support bar out of here. Just like that. And that looks pretty good. That's all even in there now. Just clean out the leftovers there. Alright. And then put this guy back together. Just like that. He says, I'll pay you. Yeah. You can't afford me, buddy. Alright. So that's not bad. Now, one other thing that we need to do is there is this U-shape support right here, right? This is tapered up this way, right? So when you pop the polycap in there, it expands the piece, which is not something that we want. So what we need to do is just trim that back, make it completely flat, and that will solve our issue. There we go. Alright, so now we'll put this thing back together here, and let's see what we've got. Boom. That's a good fit. That is a good fit. Let's turn this thing around and see if that fits any better. Yeah, okay, so that's good. All right, so now the next thing we need to do, like we did on the other arm here, is we need to taper that polycap to fit underneath of this cuff-like cover, right? So to do that, we take our hobby knife and we just trim this right to the same angle as the piece itself. And just go slow because you don't want to, the last thing you want to do is cut yourself. There we go. Just like that. All right, so now we can try to put this thing back together and see what it looks like here. Let's see, just like that. And then where's that cover piece? Shoot. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay, so that looks good there. All right, so here's our hand. And that fits pretty good. There it is. So there we go. That's our simple mod for that, right? Robert Cottrell's over there on the Mech Army Facebook group. He says, work sometimes gets boring, so I tried to find shows to listen to at work, and my customers will watch your show for a bit. Hey, that's cool. That's pretty neat. I'm not going to lie. That's awesome. Thank you, man. Let's see. Yeah. Z says this is getting weird. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Mikkel and Julio, so what do you want, right? That's life now. That's how we do things at this point, it would seem. So, there you go. All right. So, let's see here. Now, I don't have, like I said, I don't have the weapon set for the high grade snapped up just yet, which is something I'm probably going to be doing later tonight. But what I think what we might do is okay, so that's the right hand for that, right? Where's this one? I think I have this one in a box somewhere. Let's see if we got this. Aha! Here it is. Here it is. Ooh. I got little 3x1 hands here too. Look at that. These little guys. These old school master grade hands, right? God, look at how much smaller those are comparatively. Kind of crazy. There's the other arm. Here it is. Let's see what those do. Yeah, I like the bigger ones better. Alright, so here's the excuse me, the other one. And I don't know why this was in the spare parts box. I probably tried to mock it up or something like that at an earlier date. But what we can do is assemble this thing. Scuffle wants to know what hands these are. These are the Bandai. These are the builder parts hands, dude. Right there. Just the builder parts. Let's see, the MS, what are these? MS-01 hands. These deals. So, that's all. Nothing fancy or crazy, right? So, alright. So let's trim the nubs back a little bit here. Clipping nubs. Let's get that in there. And then we need the top part of the hand here, which is what piece? This piece? This piece? I think it's this one here. No, maybe not. Huh. Maybe it's that one? I don't know. It's gotta be this one. It's gotta be 13. We're going with 13. Screw it. Alright. Anyone else's stream just drop? Really? Yeah, for a second. Huh. I don't know. I mean, I think YouTube is struggling a little bit because all the other platforms look fine. We're green on YouTube, but I think as an overall, with everybody being home, YouTube is struggling a little bit. So I don't know. That's just my thought at this point. So. Miss Tex Marquise, she says, just had to explain this stream to a coworker. Wait, this is what you do too? Cover blown. Yeah. Sorry. We outed you. Do you wear that visor too? Yep. Version of it. Scuffles over there on Twitch. He says, was wondering why they were so much bigger. Just wish they made perfect grade 160 at hands by themselves. Yeah, right? Yeah, Scuffles says Twitch has been solid. So, yeah, I'm thinking YouTube is just struggling. I think it's a load capacity issue at this point. So, much like our hospital system. Hey. Anyway. Trim this up a little bit so we're not absolute heathens here and using untrimmed pieces. Right, and let's see, we'll pop the back plate on there. That looks pretty good. Overall, pretty happy with that, and then we'll pop a handguard on here. Okay. Trim these nubs. Always clip your nubs. Julio. Always clip the nubs. Alright, let's see. There we go. Now we have a solid looking hand. And let's see, we'll get that one off of there. Get this one popped in. And let's see. Get that going there. Get the beam saber thingy slotted back in to the arm, just like that, and do the same thing for the other arm here. Just like that, and let's get this. Let's get these popped back on here to the little SD guy here, and oh, yeah, let's get out of super zoom here, shall we? Let's go 1, and then boom, bring the windows back. Hey, George, Mr. Old School Gumpler. He's over there on the Mecha Army Facebook group. What's up, Georgie? We are building. It was real enough for Georgie. So there. Man. Yeah. I like how this is looking so far. I like this. That's a good proportion thus far, right? I like how this is turning out. I hate this build, but I like how this is turning out. So there we are. Yeah. The main thing that I like about this and the proportions of it is the slenderness of the middle section here, right? You've got the large, kind of SD head, but you got this slender midriff, then you got the big hands and everything, and it just throws all the proportions way off into that weird SD super deformed kind of territory, and I'm just really digging it. I'm really digging it. So, and then, what we'll probably do is kind of get the unicorn, excuse me, in like a, kind of like a flying pose, right? Kind of like this. And then push the head back a little bit. Get him to kind of look up. Like that, like he's flying, right? Push everything kind of to the extreme. Whoa. Maybe even angle the arms back a little bit. Like that. And then just kind of have them zooming that way, right? So I've already got a base figured out and everything for this guy. At least up here, right? So I dig it. I dig it. Like I said, I hate this build. I really do. Mainly because of the high grade. The high grade sucks. But as an overall, I'm happy with progress and I'm happy with proportions. Yeah. George over there in the Facebook Army, in the Mecha Army Facebook group, he says, looking awesome, brother. Yes, proportions spot on. Head needs some giggity goo. Yeah, no, I know. It's floppy, right? Like, yeah. And that's the high grade. The high grade is absolute crap. And we can fix that, so it's not a big deal. So one of the cool things for this build that I kind of decided on way before I even started, which was a few weeks ago, is that once we finish this, this will not live here. This will have a different home completely. This model will be permanently displayed at USA Gundam Store. So if you're in the Florida area, you can come and see the finished product whenever it's done at USA Gundam Store. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. So, but yeah, and then obviously it'll be down there, hopefully in time for Mecha Modelers Expo, and in late August, and we'll have fun with it, right? So, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's get caught up in the chat real quick, yeah? Brandon over there on YouTube, he says, Julio, trademark your Clip and Nubs name and then charge people to use it. Yeah, right? Just like my mother taught me. There you go. Tax Marquise. I mean, it says, bad news, it still looks like a unicorn. Yeah, well, no getting around that, right? Mikkel says, are those master grade hands? They are. They're 1/100 Bandai Builder part hands. Yeah. Chris Pab says, looking good. Thank you, Chris. Julio says, you going to stream for the rest of the day? That remains to be seen. At least until 5. I figure I'll go 2 hours, and kind of reassess what the schedule will be going forward. But expect it every day at this point. Yeah. Maybe not on the weekends. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But now that I'm a full-time modeler, got to do something, right? So, a lot more productivity, a lot more streaming, fast track on the videos. Like I said, those will be coming soon. So yeah. Yeah. All that. Chris Papp says, hey, maybe you'll see it next to the NZ, Neo Zeong, and the Sinanju. Hell yeah. Just leave them down there, man. Just leave them down there. Don't matter. So, yeah. Z's over there on the Mech Army Facebook group now. He says, sup all you privates in here. Nice. Ranger Chris, he's got a question. First one of these today.
We have a question.
Hey. Is anyone else not having these streams show up in their YouTube feed? This is the second one that has not shown up. Dude, it's fucking YouTube. Make sure you hit the bell when you subscribe to my channel. That's the only thing I can think of. So that's all I can say, man. Or, you know, like, follow on the other platforms, and like Envoy X, he says it didn't show up for me, only knew because of the Facebook notification. Yeah. You know, follow on Twitch, follow on Facebook, follow on YouTube. Hopefully you'll get one of the three. Join the Mech Army Facebook group. That'll get you 4. Who knows, right? Who knows? So, George, Mr. Old School Gunpla says, did I miss something? Full-time scale modeler? Yeah, man. As of about 12:30 today, I'm a full-time scale modeler, whether I like it or not. So, yeah. Yep. There you go, Z. One of those things. Just the times we live in, man. So, yeah, expect a lot more of this. Expect a lot more watching. Expect a lot more content. Expect a lot more of my face, whether you like it or not. Julio's like, we ain't got shit to do. Yeah, that's why we're moving Mechanism to weekly. So we do have shit to do. Mr. Adam, Mr. USA Gundam Store, he's over there. He says, what's up, everyone? What's up, dude? Man, we're just having a layoff party. Hey. Midday stream. Yeah. Full-time stream now. Mikkel says, so when we are done, we can send it to USA Gundam. Yeah, hey, whatever. I mean, if you want to. I told Adam that, you know, this is gonna be a USA Gundam Store fixture when it's done. So, I mean, you don't have to. If you want to, do it. I highly suggest it, but yeah. So, Ranger Chris, I do. Just, it's a lot easier to see it pop up here. Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. It's fucking YouTube, man. You know? I'm going to probably start to schedule things out a little bit more. I kind of like the 3 o'clock block. That came out weird, didn't it? The 3 o'clock time here on the East Coast. You know, it's kind of later in the afternoon. But you know, we'll go for 2 hours and then we'll kind of just reassess and see what happens, right? It gives people, you know, people in Europe a chance to tune in, right? Because England is 5 hours behind. So that right there, that puts them at my light just went out. Anyway. But yeah, so it gives the European guys a chance to see what we do, because they can't watch in the middle of the night, or at least some of them can't watch in the middle of the night. So, yeah. Eric Dayton says, did you quit your job, or is it because of coronavirus? The latter, buddy. Yeah. Whole company just, yeah. So, it is what it is. Text McKee, slap it on a shirt. Yeah, thanks. Robert Cottrell. Sorry, Robert. I'm trying here, buddy. Join the IPMS USA on Wednesday, but I noticed there is no groups in Columbus. And George says you can start one in the Columbus if none exist. Yeah, I think you need like 5 people to start a charter group for IPMS, something like that. I may be wrong, but why not, right? Why not? Let's see. Julio says it's an omen. Get out of the house. No one quits their job. Yeah, thanks, Brian. No one quits their job over the coronavirus. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Demon Move streams. Nice. Hope not. Not the audio demon. Shit. But here we are. Here we are. Cheers to everybody watching. It's no sweet tea. That's for sure. All right. So, let's jump back on the lower legs. We got this mocked up. That's looking good. That's looking solid. That's pretty much exactly where we need it to be, right? Julio says, I need a demon. You gotta buy him? No. All right, so eyes back on. Let's bring the star of the show back in here. And, yep, cool. That's all completely cured at this point. So let's get super zoomed in. And let's see. Super zoom. 5x. And we'll zoom out just a hair. Right about there. That looks good. All right, let's get the windows back. And here we go. Scuffle says, give this kid a good old knife. Yeah. I think we termed we coined a new term last night, shit kit, for the high grade unicorn, since it is absolutely terrible. Mind you, not as bad as some, but not as good as most. It's no master grade Alex 1.0. Let's put it that way. That, I think, is the quintessential shit kit, if you will. All right. Be good if I was on camera. And we're just what we're doing now is we're just trimming off the super glue on this fill in here. We're just basically evening up these two surfaces, right? Because we obviously have a little bit of glue squeeze out, which is a good thing, but we just need to even those out there. So that's looking pretty good. That's getting us into a pretty good spot as far as surface cohesion here, right? All right. So now what we do, we're going to bring in one of these little needle files here. Not the little bastard or anything, because I think that would be a little bit too much. But we're just, a little needle file here. And we're just going to go to town. Now, this is a slightly curved surface, so we do need to keep that in mind. And we just even this out. And you just want to kind of rock back and forth a little bit, just slightly here, right? And you can kind of see the path of the file, right? And let's see. That looks pretty good. Still a little lip right there we need to take care of. Okay, we'll probably need to fill that in with a little super glue. But overall, that's a pretty solid surface right there. That's nice and smooth now at this point. So we're looking good, right? One step ahead. One step ahead. We power on. That's the name of the game at this point. We power on. right? Anyway. Tex McKee says, Pocket Demon, gotta catch them all. Ranger Chris says, you do need 5 members for IPMS per their charter. So there you go. Robert Cotrell, five people is all you need to start an IPMS chapter. Not bad. Not bad. Scuffles over there on Twitch, he says, don't forget to put on your face mask, not because of coronavirus, but because you're a full-time modeler and manufacturing more plastic dust. Thank you, Scuffles. I appreciate the thought. Oh, my. Scuffles looking out for my well-being, y'all. That's nice. All right, so let's get this nice big void right here filled in. I'm just gonna get a nice big old dollop of super glue on there, and like always, we're gonna hit that with a drop of Instaset, maybe 2. There we go. And that's going to start the curing process. We're going to let this sit for a few minutes because that is kind of a big drop of super glue. We're going to go back on this leg because we need to take this little part down a bit, right? We're just going to trim that with a hobby knife first, and then we'll come back and we'll hit that with the file. Okay, that looks nice. Now, this edge right here, this little beveled edge, we need to even out because this is not the same now. So, just kind of do this sort of thing, and now that is nice and even. And same thing with this beveled edge here. Just trim that down. And there we go. This one I already took care of, so that looks good there. And now we'll just clean this bit up with our file, and that should be good to go. Yeah, not too shabby. All right, so we'll leave that be. Let's get back onto the arms. What time is it? 4:28. So we still got a half hour. Good. So what we need to do for especially the hands, because the hands aren't really 100% secured in there. They're just kind of in there. Not great, but they're in there, right? So we need to find a better solution for this, because this just this shorty wrist action it's not going to work for us, right? Not going to work for us. So let's see. And see, that's the thing. Bandai, unfortunately, doesn't give you any additional, wrist assembly. These little ball joints. They don't give you any other lengths than this. Kotobukiya does, which I like. But we're not using Kotobukiya. We're using Bandai. So that's kind of our situation at this point. We need to kind of come up with another viable solution, right? So let's see. No, another polycap ain't gonna work. I was thinking maybe swap that out, but that's not the solution at this point, right? That's not the solution. Nah. We need to find a ball joint that is better fit for this. Or what we can do. Yeah, we can't do that. So yes, we're gonna be forced to find a alternate ball joint, right? So with that being said, let's tear out. Let's get a sacrificial kit, shall we? Stay right there. Don't move. All right. Let's see. What's this? No, it's not gonna work. Okay. All right. So we have a sacrificial kit here. One of these guys here. This is the Reganlays Julia, right? And there are some really great parts and stuff in these kits. That's why I love these kits. But since this is a 144, chances of finding a compatible ball joint in one of these kits is probably on the higher side than looking in, say, maybe like a 1/100 or something like that. But I don't think we're gonna have much luck with this kit either. More's the pity, right? No, we're not. We're not gonna have much luck. Well, what's that? Where's the arm? Let's see. This might do it. Okay. Hold on. We might have found something here, folks. We might have found something here. Ranger Chris says, could you trim off the kit part and replace it with a length of plastic rod and attach the polycap? You know, that was kind of plan B. I'd like to try to avoid that if possible, because that cutting and lengthening and all that just is never as strong. So I've got a potential part here that may work, but we're not going to know until we find out. Nah, shit. So that, okay, so that fits just barely in there. That's why. Okay. Let's see. This is all part of it, right? Zero that out. What's the diameter on this ball joint? That is 446. What's the diameter on this one? Ah, that's why. This is 393. Okay. So this is about a 4. This is about 4.5. That's why they're not compatible. Okay. We tried, right? So, the hunt continues. We'll put these parts back in here. Save these for a later date, obviously. And we will continue the hunt. Now, one thing that could be useful, and let's see here, are these guys. These are Bandai Builder parts. These are the campaign parts, actually, right? Let's see what we've got in here. Let's dig into the crate and see what we've got. Nope, no ball joints on that one. Some crappy ones on this one. It's not going to work. Let's see. None there. None there. None there. We're striking out here, kids. Let's see. Nope. Shit. Alright, well. No. Ain't this a son of a bitch? No. Crap. Alright. Whoa, hey now. Come on, get closed. I had these in here all nice and neat, and now they're foobarred. Alright, we'll put those off to the side. Always a good sacrificial lamb is this guy right here, the GN Arms kit. Always a good sacrificial kit, but it's pretty big, so trying to find sizable ball joints that we need in here maybe a bit of a stretch. Yeah, this is not going to be compatible at all. Yeah, I don't even know why I tried that. That was dumb. Anyway, we'll put that back. Alright, so next plan of attack is to start digging in the crates. Just like an old school DJ. Just gotta dig in the crate. Alright, get over here. So, got our box of parts here, right? Let's see what we have. Got a lot of parts. That's too big. I can see that already. Too big. Something here. Where'd that part go? Here it is. Okay, so what I think we might have to do is what Ranger Chris had suggested, and what I was kind of not looking forward to, is trim the ball joint off and replace it with a rod. I hate to do that, but if that's the only thing we can do at this point, then so be it, right? Now this is 4.5. I need to find a rod of adequate size here. Son of a bitch. Here we go. Alright. Let's see. 2.4, 6.3. Here's 4.8. That may be too big, but we'll try it. We'll just, for shits and giggles, we'll take a look and see. 7.8, 3.2. No, these are all too small. 4.0. Maybe let's try it. Like I said, shits and giggles, right? Shits and giggles. 9.5, no. And these are the half rounds, 3.2. Yeah, no, that's gonna be fine. Okay, so actually, let's try the 4.0 first. Let's see what that looks like, if we have any luck with that at all. And it doesn't look like we're going to. Actually, let's try, instead of popping that into there, let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, no. So that is not going to work. Let's see. That's 4.0. 4.8 obviously isn't going to work. 4.0 ain't going to work either. So we need more like a 3.5 or something like that. Okay. This sucks. Let's see. Yeah, none of these polycaps are gonna work. Son of a bitch. Yeah, nothing there. Let's see. What is this here, though? No, that ain't gonna work either. What the shit? Alright. So I think what we're gonna have to do. I think we're gonna have to go old school with this thing. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Alright. Pop that off there. Pop that off. Pop that off. Get out of there. Get out of there. Go away. I'm not even on screen. Look at this. There we go. Alright, so get rid of that. Get this polycap back in here because this one's crucial to assembly. And we will get that back on there. Okay, so now we got to do something here. I don't know what we're gonna do. Where? What size is this? Is this the Tamiya one? Yeah, see, this is the Tamiya one. This is 3.0. But, I think somewhere around here I have a 3.2, like from Evergreen or something like that. Let's see, 3, that's 2.4, 6.3, 3.2, bingo. All right, so let's see what this is all about here. No, son of a bitch. It just does not. Nope, doesn't want to fit. Nothing. Not a single one. Frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay, let's dig into our other polycaps here, shall we? We gotta find something here that's gonna fit properly. How about this one here? No, that one's too. That's too big. Where's the Tamiya rod? Here it is. All right, maybe with some trimming that'll work. Or, wait a minute. Hold up. That's not bad. That one's not bad. Okay, so we'll keep this. We'll set these off to the side, right? This is the same one, so we'll set that off to the side as well. But let's see what we've got here. No. See, with a little trimming, these two here would fit. Let's try that, shall we? Because I don't, my kind of option of last resort is to fill the cavity with epoxy putty and then just drill into it. That's really kind of what it will come down to. But if I don't have to do that, the better, right? The better. So, here we are. Alright, get that off to the side. we'll clip these off of there. And now we'll see what this does. Now see, okay. So the problem with this one now that we run into is that it just wobbles in there. We will wobble. We will wobble. All right, so this is what? Ooh, wait a minute. What are these? Nope, that's the wrong size. That's the right size. PCE. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Where is... Here we go. We're going to find something here. Whether it kills us or not. Okay. Let's see something here. All right. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we've got these little polycaps here. Let's see what these look like. And yeah, we're going to have to trim these just a bit to make this fit properly. Okay. So we're not going to clip these little nubbins off completely, just mostly. Just like that. And let's see. No, we're going to have to clip those off just a little bit more. So for really fine work, we're going to take the hobby knife to this. And just kind of slice it that way, right? Yeah. Julio, he says, just got a good workout in. Dude, if the gyms were open, trust me, I'd definitely be hitting the gym. But down here in Maryland, the gyms are not open. More's the pity. Alright, so... I'm going to trim these back just a little more. Yeah, Julio, workouts are usually really, really good, especially when you're pissed off. Just one of those things, right? Alright, so that fits pretty damn securely there. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so now what we're going to need to do is the same thing that we did for the other ones. We're just going to have to trim this down to match the angle of the piece itself, right? Just like that. Perfect. Okay, so let's get the parts back on here, and then we can kind of take it from there and see what's what. Yeah. The gym being your cellar floor. Yeah. Dude, if I had a cellar. Shit. A cellar. Who has a cellar anymore? Old people. That's who got cellars. I got a basement, dude. I'm in the basement. Alright. So there we go. There's our new assembly, right? And what we're going to do next is to just kind of trim this rod just down a bit, right? Nothing crazy. And then we'll taper that just by scraping it here. now, let's see if this fits. Yeah, look at that. There we go. And that's a fairly tight fit, which I'm not necessarily liking right now, because once you go to paint and assemble all this, then the tolerances are going to be even worse. So we're just going to taper this down just a bit more, right? George says, I've got me a cellar. Well, yeah, because you live in New England, dude, and all the houses up there are like 200 years old. Alright, let's see. That's getting better. That's getting better. It's getting there, right? It's getting there. But the shitty part is we're going to have to pin, we're going to have to clip this. Actually, what we can do, because I don't need this, I don't need the wrist to turn or anything like that. Shit, we could just fill this in, putty this up, and just right in there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it live, right? Alright, so polycaps go away, because we've got our polycap situation figured out. And these tubes can go away, because we don't need these anymore. Get away. And it's 452. Nice. Awesome. Let's see. Julio says wine cellar. See, George, fancy, Julio says. George says, never been called fancy before. Pinky's out. Sam L. Julio says, I bet you got doilies too. Nice. Doilies. Robert Coachell over there on the Mech Army Facebook group, he says, have you ever worked with a perfect grade Gundam? No, because they're just not my style. I'm not into perfect grades and all that. I like my master grades. That's my happy place, you know. Master grades is my happy place. Alright, that is nice and secure. And then once we get the hand on there, that'll be perfect. And then we can... where's the wrist? Where'd that wrist armor go? Here it is. And then we can slot the wrist armor back on here, or the wrist cover, or whatever you want to call it, just like that. And then we've got a full look. So that'll be good. That will be good to go. Alright, so let's get to work here on the hands, yeah? Now, I don't want to, you don't want to glue the hands and everything in just yet, right? You want to have these be modular at this point. These we can glue up at a much later date once the rifle is installed into the hand itself, right? So we can take the fingers off. We can put these off to the side, and now we'll take the hand cover off there, and let's see. We'll rip this guy off here and cut these out like this. Boom. So now we have this big void here, right? Which is exactly what we want. Let's clean this up and trim back the leftover plastic from those rods. Just like that. Okay, and now what we can do, I'm going to clip this off because we don't need that, because all the alignment is going to be set up by the two lower pins, and that actually makes for a much better connection there. So that's good. Perfect. That's actually really quite good. That seam almost disappears, actually. That's how kind of good it is, right? All right, so let's get our super glue in here. Why am I using super glue instead of plastic magic? For shits and giggles, I don't know. Because it's a filler, and it'll fill out whatever seams we got here. Because I feel like it. Because I don't give a shit right now. So yeah, that's why. If you don't like it, tough shit. That's what I'm using. Okay. Now, just clean that seam. Perfect. Good to go. And then the hand armor just basically just pops on there, just like that. And there we are. Easy peasy. Okay, so what we need to do next is, let's see, let's cut a length of this rod that we can use for the wrist and everything, and we'll just leave ourselves a pretty decent amount here, just like that, right? That's way more than what we need, obviously, but it's going to go in kind of just like that, right? Now, the big question mark is what do we fill this with? Do we fill it with plastic, or do we go epoxy putty? I'm thinking we fill it with plastic because it's going to be more solid. It's going to have a lot more structural rigidity than say epoxy putty, right? So I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we need to, looks maybe like a 4.8. Ooh, dead on the money. Look at that. Yay, son. Just like that. Now, the good thing is that we don't have to be super accurate with plating this up, because all we'll have to do is just trim the bottom part here. The upper part doesn't matter because it's going to be covered by the hand armor and all that good stuff. And we're only going to need maybe 2-3 strips of this to pop in here. So that's really good for us. That's really good. All right, better than my employment situation. And if I can't joke about it, then nobody can. So shut up. All right, so we'll do that, and then we will pop this on here like that. Come on. We need to get a little Insta-set on here. Or maybe we need just extra, maybe we need more glue. I don't know. Yeah, we need more glue. That's what we need. There we go. Just flood that surface with super glue. Alright. Alright, much better. And let's trim this off just like that. Alright, so now we have a stable base to glue the rest of our strip to. We'll get a little Insta set on there, and now we just basically fill this out, right? Okay, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Okay, one more layer should do this. And come on, get in there. There we go. Need to give it some encouragement, right? All right, and clip that. And there we go. That nicely filled with plastic. Easy, right? Chris R's over there on the Mech Army Facebook group. He says, well, kicked out of work again. Guess I may actually finish the Dom before 2030 after all. Hey, there you go, Chris. Good shit. Good shit. All right. So now we can trim off the excess plastic off of here ever so carefully. And we'll need to do a little bit of trimming on the bottom here because, like I said, that's kind of where it could be potentially seen. And let's see, let's get that trimmed. Just like that. Alright, so now we just kind of flatten this out with the file, and we should be good to go. Okay. And there we are. Sweet. All right, now let's check to see if the handguard fits on properly, or see if we have to trim any more of that back. Come on. Get on there. Why doesn't it want to fit on here now? I had it in the wrong place. Yeah, so we're going to need to trim that back just a little bit more on the top there. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right. That looks good. All right, so now let's try this again. Solid connect. Look at that. Solid. That's all trimmed out. That's all flat there. That looks good. Now, what we have to do is just drill in a hole to fit this rod. And we've got a completely secure connection. So there we go. Easy peasy. So, that's what it do. That's what it do. All right, kids. It's 5 p.m. here on the East Coast. It's about quitting time. As they say. No pun intended. But, like I said, I'm a full-time scale modeler now, you guys. Expect a lot more streaming. Expect videos coming out hopefully soon. Expect the whole 9 yards, right? So, All right. So you guys, if you want to check out one of the Child of Mecha shirts or any of the other shirts that we have, hit up www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You'll find shirts and hats and all sorts of other cool stuff in there. The hats are amazing. And if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we worked with here tonight, like the BSI or little NT Cutter, that's all in the Amazon link just below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, you're SOL in terms of video description, so check one of the other ones. But I do get a little bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it doesn't increase the cost for you. And it obviously goes to help support me, literally at this point. And so go stock up on the things that you need while you can get them from Amazon at this point. And as always, if you need kits or paints or the amazing Mecha Decals, which are the best decals in the world, check out our good friends right down here. Adam and the fine folks at USA Gundam Store are definitely going to have what you need. So, I will be back on here tomorrow afternoon, probably 3, probably same time as today, and for the foreseeable future, because this is what I do now. Tomorrow night will be Mechanism. And every night from here on out, pretty much, will be Mechanism. So that'll be fun. It'll be a good interaction for us all, because I know everybody's kind of cooped up, quarantined, locked into place, stay at home, whatever, laid off. So if you don't have any place else to go, check us out on Mechanism tomorrow night. All right. So with that being said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. And just take care of each other, all right?